If you've been thinking about buying AR glasses for your DJI drone, then this is probably the only video you need to watch before spending your money. Over the past few weeks, I've been testing the RayNeo Air 4 Pro with several DJI drones, and after publishing my first video, I received a surprising number of questions. People weren't asking about HDR10 or Batman branding. They wanted practical answers. Will it work with the RC2 controller? What about the RCN2 or RCN3? Is there any lag? Can you still see the controller while flying? Is it actually more immersive than simply using the controller screen? And perhaps the biggest question of all, are AR glasses actually worth buying for drone pilots? So instead of making another review, I decided to create the video I wish existed before I bought my first pair of AR glasses. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly who these glasses are for, which DJI drones and controllers they work with, what the real flying experience is like, and whether this is something that deserves a place in your drone bag. Now, before we get into compatibility and testing, I think it's important to clear up one misconception, because I see this everywhere online. AR glasses are not FPV goggles, and they're not trying to replace FPV goggles either. Those are two completely different products, built for different experiences. FPV goggles are designed to immerse you completely in the flight, especially when flying manual or high-speed drones like the Avata series. AR glasses are much simpler than that. Think of them as an external display that happens to sit in front of your eyes. Instead of constantly looking down at the screen on your controller, the exact same image is projected onto a huge virtual screen floating in front of you. You're still flying exactly the same drone with exactly the same controller, but the viewing experience changes dramatically. It sounds like a small difference, but after spending several weeks flying like this, I realized it changes the entire feeling of using camera drones. And honestly, that's where this setup makes the most sense. Most DJI users aren't flying FPV every weekend. The majority of people own drones like the Neo 2, Mini 4 Pro, Air 3S, or Mavic series. They're traveling, hiking, filming vacations, capturing landscapes, or simply flying for fun. In all of those situations, you're relying on a controller screen. It works perfectly fine, but it's never particularly immersive. You're constantly looking down at the controller, then back up at the drone, then down again. If you're flying in bright sunlight, you're also fighting reflections on the screen. That's the problem AR glasses are trying to solve. And after using them, I can finally understand why so many people have started talking about this setup. The next thing we need to discuss is compatibility, because without exaggerating, this is the single most important thing you need to know before buying any AR glasses for your drone. Unfortunately, they don't work with every DJI controller, and this is where many buyers get caught out. The key requirement is that your controller must support video output through its USB-C port. If it doesn't, the glasses simply won't receive an image. In my case, I tested the RayNeo Air 4 Pro with the DJI RC2 controller, and the experience couldn't have been simpler. I connected the included USB-C cable from the glasses directly into the RC2, and within a couple of seconds, the controller screen appeared inside the glasses. There was no app to install, no Wi-Fi pairing, no firmware tricks, and no battery inside the glasses to worry about charging. It genuinely was plug and play, which honestly surprised me because these days, almost every new gadget seems to require a lengthy setup process before you can even use it. I tested this setup with several drones that I regularly use, including the Neo 2, Mini 4 Pro, and Air 3S, all paired with the RC2 controller, and every one of them worked exactly as expected. If you already own an RC2, the setup is incredibly straightforward. However, if you're using controllers like the RCN2 or RCN3, you need to understand that those controllers do not output video over USB-C, so unfortunately they cannot connect directly to these glasses. I know that's disappointing because a lot of people own those controllers, but I'd rather be honest about the limitations than pretend everything works. Hopefully DJI expands video output support in future controllers, because I genuinely think this type of accessory has a lot of potential. Now let's talk about the part everyone really cares about. What is it actually like to fly? Does it really feel different, or is it just another gadget that looks impressive on paper? I'll admit that before trying it myself, I wasn't convinced. I assumed it would just be the controller screen floating in front of my face. Technically, that's exactly what's happening, but in practice, it feels very different. The biggest surprise wasn't the virtual screen size. It was the way I naturally held my head while flying. Instead of constantly looking down toward the controller, my head stayed in a much more natural position. The screen sits closer to your line of sight, so checking framing, exposure, and camera movements becomes much more comfortable, especially during longer flights. You're still aware of your surroundings, you can still see your controller underneath the glasses, and you can still adjust camera settings exactly as you normally would. It doesn't isolate you from the outside world the way dedicated FPV goggles do, and for camera drones, I actually prefer that. I also spent a lot of time testing these outdoors because that's where most drone pilots will actually use them. One concern I had was whether the display would remain visible in bright sunlight. Surprisingly, it did much better than I expected. The glasses are already very bright, and once you attach the included light shield, outside light is reduced significantly, making the virtual display much easier to see. I never found myself struggling to view the image, even during sunny conditions. That alone made reviewing shots in the field much more enjoyable, because I wasn't constantly trying to shade the controller screen with my hand. Display quality is another area where these glasses stand out. RayNeo partnered with Pixelworks to develop what they describe as the world's first HDR10 display in AR glasses. Normally, I try not to spend too much time talking about display specifications because numbers don't always translate into real-world improvements, but in this case, I could genuinely see the difference while reviewing my drone footage. Drone pilots spend a lot of time filming skies, sunsets, water reflections, forests, and mountain landscapes, all of which benefit from higher contrast and richer color reproduction. Looking through these glasses, highlights appeared brighter, shadows retained more detail, and colors looked noticeably more vibrant. It's one of those upgrades that becomes more obvious the longer you use it, rather than something that immediately jumps out during the first 5 minutes. One feature that RayNeo also includes is AI-powered 2D to 3D conversion through the RayNeo XR app. Personally, I don't think this is the main reason anyone should buy these glasses, but since it's included, I gave it a try using some of my own drone footage. Landscape scenes with mountains and forests gained a surprising sense of depth, and while it's not something I imagine using every day, it was definitely fun to experiment with. For me though, the real value still comes from using the glasses as a large, high-quality display while flying and reviewing footage. Audio was another pleasant surprise. The Air 4 Pro features a quad speaker system tuned together with Bang & Olufsen, and although I wasn't expecting much from speakers built into glasses, they actually sound remarkably good. Watching drone footage back on location or catching up on YouTube while traveling felt surprisingly immersive. There are different sound modes available depending on where you're using them, including one that reduces sound leakage if you're sitting on a plane or in a public place. Again, it's not the headline feature for drone pilots, but it certainly adds to the overall experience. After my first video, a lot of people also asked practical questions, so let me answer some of them here. Is there noticeable lag? Using the direct USB-C connection with the RC2, I honestly didn't notice anything that affected normal flying. Everything felt responsive throughout my testing. What about battery life? Since the glasses don't have an internal battery, they draw a very small amount of power from the connected device. But during my flights, I didn't notice any dramatic reduction in controller battery life. Can you wear prescription glasses? Yes. RayNeo offers prescription lens inserts, so if you normally wear glasses, you still have an option. Are they comfortable? Considering they weigh only around 76 grams, I found them surprisingly comfortable even during longer sessions. After a while, I almost forgot I was wearing them. Something else I didn't fully appreciate until I started using them is that they aren't just for drones. Once you've finished flying, they become a portable display that you can connect to your laptop, phone, handheld gaming console, or other compatible USB-C devices. When traveling, that's actually a huge advantage. Instead of carrying extra screens or watching movies on a small phone display during a flight, you suddenly have what feels like a massive private cinema sitting in front of you. That's where these glasses started to make even more sense to me, because they're useful long after the drone has been packed away. So, after spending several weeks with the RayNeo Air 4 Pro, would I recommend AR glasses to every drone pilot? Honestly, no. And I think that's an important thing to say. If you're using a controller that doesn't support USB-C video output, or if you're expecting these to replace dedicated FPV goggles for aggressive manual flying, you're probably going to be disappointed. But if you already own an RC2 controller and you enjoy camera drones like the Neo 2, Mini 4 Pro, Air 3S, or similar models, I think these make a lot more sense than I originally expected. They don't change the drone, they don't magically improve your footage. What they improve is the experience of flying and viewing that footage, and sometimes that's enough to make you enjoy using your drone even more. So if you've been considering AR glasses for your DJI setup, hopefully this video has answered the questions that most reviews skip over. If there's anything I didn't cover, let me know in the comments because I'm planning to keep testing this setup with more DJI products, and I'd be happy to answer those questions in a future video. If you'd like to check out the RayNeo Air 4 Pro, I'll leave links down in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.